good, what's good, what's good? Obviously Giovanni is back with another little vid. But yeah, I said I'd be banging more of these vids out really and truly, so that's what I'm gonna try and do. So today I actually ran across a random clip on social media. To be honest, if you guys are wondering how I find my videos, that's really and truly how I find them. I might just be scrolling and I see something that kind of draws my attention in. So I saw this video of Gary V interviewing NLE Choppa and I was like, what? Like, that's a weird combination. Like, what? I've never seen that before. What are they talking about? And the whole time I didn't even know they had done an interview. So that's what we're going to be reacting to today. It's titled NLE Choppa Reveals Motivation Behind His Success. So I'm sure you've heard of NLE Choppa. If you haven't, he's essentially just a rapper, musician, whatever in the States. Pretty big for his age and extremely young as well. So clearly he must be doing something right. So yeah, this video should be interesting, man. Let's just get straight into it.
The thing that can fuck someone up with the kind of level of talent you have is lack of patience. And lack of patience just comes from insecurity. That means doing it for someone else. Attention is the #1 asset.
Big Gary, not the
My guy. What's good?
So baby, you good?
Man,
Nice to meet you, man.
Pleasure to meet you.
Such
I've
a
been
pleasure, Donald.
listening to you
As well, yeah. I forgot
last
his name's
night.
manager.
Thank you.
on your Instagram. On the same values.
Thank you, baby.
Yeah, man.
What's good? Pleasure.
Number 5.
Number 5 is the jam. What's up,
bro?
What's
For
up?
me too.
Is that true, that number?
Correct. It's funny that you said that because I told my aunt when I was 5 years old, sitting at her kitchen table, so auntie, when I grow up, I'm not going to work for anybody. I'm going to work for myself. Just by watching all the different things that I grew up seeing and how difficult it was for them to be able to, you know, have children, raise children, and do all those types of things.
It's funny because she really spoke this into existence. Like, she literally, as far as I know, she's NLE Choppa's manager, I believe. I don't know what she does specifically, but she's always with him 24/7. It's kind of beautiful to see, man. Imagine making it and becoming rich and being in the position that he is in today and being able to share that with your mom. Like, I kind of feel like that's a really beautiful thing. They're literally inseparable. Every time I see NLE Choppa on a concert or an interview, usually I always see his mom with him. So yeah, that's kind of nice to see. Like, definitely a different type of dynamic, not one that you'd see often.
Things and still having to work for other people and the way in which they treated you and all those types of stuff. So I basically formatted myself to make sure that I stayed on that path and I own several businesses and I work for myself.
I love it.
And the same thing I'm trying to teach him and the rest of our crew.
I'm a huge fan of you too.
Thank you, my dude.
Work on Instagram.
Thank you, my guy.
That's how you educate people.
The feeling's mutual, my man. You got real talent.
Thank you, man.
And I see how you're moving. It makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Now I understand. Real talk. It is what your foundations are. It's amazing, bro. You're really in a moment too. Like, this thing's gonna work. This boot's gonna work. Your career's already working. How old are you now?
I'm 21. And I appreciate it. I be needing to hear it. You said the book gonna work.
Bro, that's huge.
That's dope, man. I feel like it's all about, you know, just being in your waiting season. Praying every day, just standing on your morals and just waiting to, you know, your fruits of labor come. I feel like 2023, God was briefly like giving me the appetizer. And now 2024 is like, I know exactly how I need to do it, when I need to do
When we
it.
first got into business, we made a list. You remember that? We made a list of all the things that we want to do and we want to accomplish by a certain time frame. And we're gradually checking all those right off of the list.
And let me tell you something.
Wow, that's crazy. So he really sat down and he really like planned this whole thing out, even with his mom as well. Like, big up his mom, man. Big up his mom, because I feel like he wouldn't be where he is kind of today. It kind of reminds me almost of like the relationship Kanye West kind of had with his mother Donda. And I remember I was watching that little Netflix documentary and I thought it was so interesting how they were extremely close and how they used to speak about, like, you know, music business and just general everyday life. But it seems as though NLE Choppa's mom really kind of like set him on the right path from early. Now, obviously, he put in the work to get to where he is. There would be no NLE Choppa without the work he put in himself. But yeah, go shout out his mom for sure, man. She really set him on the right path.
Something right now. I love that. And bro, on some real shit, it's a blessing when you don't check off some of those at the exact age, because that pressure of like, I gotta do this by this, it's good. There's ambition in it. It's always great to have a plan, that's always right. But giving yourself that grace when you don't hit this thing and you hit it 3 years later or 7. The only thing that can fuck someone up with the kind of level of talent you have, and now I understand like the real support system, the framework, is lack of patience. You know, and lack of patience just comes from inside.
It's interesting. I don't mean to pause it too tough, but I feel like this isn't even something that's just relevant to like the music industry, you know, whoever's out there trying to make it in music. But I think it's anything you ever set out to achieve. I think the number one blocker in actually ultimately allowing you to achieve it is always patience. Everybody just wants it now, tomorrow, like ASAP. But if it's worth getting, more than likely you're not going to be able to achieve it tomorrow, or you know, maybe not the week after that, or a couple of months after that. It might even take you years. So yeah, patience is just one of those things. Like you really have to it's almost a skill. You really have to practice and like learn how to utilize it, when to utilize it. But yeah, that's a good point there made by Gary Vee, man. So
Some insecurity. That means doing it for someone else, right?
Yeah.
Like, who you proven to besides yourself? When you're with yourself, you got your whole life to do it. And what's crazy is when we were growing up, it seemed like what you're doing was a young man's game. You got fuckers out here 50 years old, still making shit happen. We pay attention to battling each other and shit. So you got crazy time.
Hey everybody, my name is Sam.
You know?
Yeah, man. It's funny too, cause like, you know, planning always, like me, I've never been the best planner. Like I could plan, but you know, sometimes things just go how God wanted to go. But,
He's got the actual plan.
Yeah, he does. It was funny though. I was 15 and I made a 5-year plan with self. Like I made a promise to myself. You know, when I was under oath with the Most High, I was pretty much saying like where I wanted to be in 5 years by the time I'm 20. I was at the time of my life where I knew I was 15 and I knew like, okay, if I don't get my shit together now, I may be leading down a road that's not, you know, best for me. And, you know, it was a lot of days I felt I wasn't being the best child to, you know, give my mama the best piece.
Of course.
So, you know, I sat down on
That's part of the 15-year-old journey though.
Yeah.
There's a part of that.
Mm-hmm. I sat down with myself. I didn't tell anybody this. I just made like a plan with myself. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to bet on me in 5 years. I'm going to see where it can take me and see can I, you know, relieve her of all the stress and the tears I've already gave her when I was that age.
Give her happy tears now instead.
And I made a 5-year plan at 15 and, you know, I crushed it and then some in a year. You know, so, you know.
That's insane to hear. At 15 years of age, this guy sat down and said, yeah, I'm going to make a 5-year plan. Like, what 15-year-old do you actually know who's, like, what 15-year-old do you know that is looking 5 years ahead? Like, what 15-year-old do you know that sat down and said, look, I want to be somewhere in 5 years. I want to do something great. I want to help my mom out. I'm going to make a 5-year plan. That is insane. Like, no wonder he's where he is today, because he was willing to do what 95% of 15-year-olds would never do at 99.999. Like, that's incredible. It's incredible. But yeah, again, that just goes to show that obviously if you want to kind of separate yourself from everybody else and do something that's, you know, quite hard to achieve, then you need to be willing to do things that others aren't going to do.
You know, that next year when I turned 16, I ended up blowing up and stuff, so.
Bro, I've seen it.
And he said he smashed,
you know, obviously we watch, we're moving the way we're moving. It's been a joy to watch you build. You got real talent.
Appreciate it, man.
What are y'all thinking about now? Anything top of line? I mean, the shoe's gonna go crazy. That's already done. What I'm always gonna wanna know is what you would like to happen and why. Too many people don't ask the why. We wanna do this. That makes sense. Like, I know the 30 things you might be thinking about. They're all the things we all know.
I mean, the most important why to me is to help other people.
Well, great. Then you need to keep doing exactly what you're doing. Keep making content at scale, because you're a good fucking kid, but you're cool as fuck to all of them. And it's just like what I try to do. Like, once I realized, I'm like, oh fuck, people fuck with me like that? Like, let me pump real good shit.
Sorry, I don't mean to pause it again, but again, Gary Vee is really cooking on that. It's like, if you really want to make it and you really want to achieve something, you got to ask yourself why. Like your why obviously has to be like, it has to be quite strong, because you're going to have a lot of days where you're kind of like, oh, forget this, I don't want to do this no more, or oh, is this even worth it? But if your why is incredibly strong and it's incredibly important to you, it really means something to you, it's going to give you the energy to keep pushing, it's going to give you the discipline to, you know, keep going. But
shitting these kids while they think I'm cool. You know what I mean? And you have such a voice and such an opportunity. That's just you communicating.
Yeah. Easy money.
I agree. And by the way, that's the selfless part of you, and I love you for that. And you should, like every other human, have the selfish part. You're trying to build shit. To me, it's like sports, right? Business like sports. Like why? I don't know. Why would you play basketball and not try to score 80 points in a game? Like why not? But I think where you will win is when you really like love it enough that you like force it through. Too many people try to diversify or build up or build their empire, but they're doing it because they think it's the right thing to do.
We mostly do things that feel right, and that's,
Love it.
And that lines with,
Stay in there. Stay in there.
That lines with our character.
Yeah.
So for instance, I was real big on community service, philanthropy work. We've started a nonprofit organization. We do a lot of things with kids and children. He did an NLE Choppa reading challenge.
I saw that.
School, and helped the school get off the failing list, and now they're considered a reward school. And they read over 41 million words last year.
Love. It's beautiful.
That's amazing. This guy's really like, you know what it is, yeah? I feel like certain people get to a certain level, they make an X amount of money and they're just kind of like, yeah, I've hit that number that I wanted to hit. I can just chill out now. I can just, that's that done. But I love it when people achieve something or make it to a certain level of wealth and they try and obviously give back to the community. Like that's brilliant to hear that he set up a reading challenge, like for a school that was essentially everybody was failing in the school, and obviously him being such a big influence, he was able to influence these kids to start reading and essentially just pass their tests or their exams or whatever the case might have been. So it's beautiful to see that when somebody makes it to the level that he has made it, he doesn't forget about everybody. He goes back to the community and essentially gives back. And that's honestly how you keep getting more. That's how God will keep on blessing you if you keep on helping others with the blessings that you've been given, essentially. So I think that's amazing to see, man.
That stuff I've been seeing from afar and hearing it you articulate, it makes a lot of sense. My reference is like, there's gonna be so many business opportunities in front of you. Pick stuff that like, I'll use real estate because it's one that comes up a lot.
She's a great realtor.
Yeah, beautiful. So even
60-some properties.
To me, that means you like it and it's interesting to you. I see a lot of people are like, I'm gonna do real estate because it's smart. I'm like, real estate is smart, but do you love it? Because if you love fashion, you're gonna spend 18 hours a day trying to build a fashion brand, whereas with real estate, you might hand that off to a person. So that's the stuff I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You're in the beginning of your journey. She's young, let alone
21
you.
years of age, and then
You know, so you guys, I'm so happy for y'all. I'm really around. I live for this. I love seeing people winning and building. Yeah, I really live for it. Plus, I fuck with the sound heavy.
Thank you.
Bro, you really got talent.
Thank you.
Really.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, hit me up anytime. I mean it. Let's get a couple photos, mama.
yeah, that's real love, though. See Gary Vee showing real love, man. I love how he's not coming from a position of like I'm up here and NLE, you're up here because you do music and I'm a business guy. You see how humble he is and how down to earth he is, and he's just telling him like, look, I honestly like really mess with you. And he's so down to earth, and the way he speaks to him as if they're on the same wavelength, essentially, you know. And yeah, to be the person that Gary Vee is and to be so humble and so down to earth, it's like those are just the types of people you want to be around. Even asked for a picture as well, like, you know he's a fan. Look, you know he's a fan. But yeah, I guess that's the end of the video. What were my thoughts? Actually, before we even get into that, let's go look at the comments. As a school teacher, I feel really moved by NLE's reading challenge. Honestly, that really even touched me. Like, I didn't know about that. I wish stuff like this would get pushed more towards social media. so everybody can see the difference he's making in his community. This comes through things that you truly love. Absolutely. If you truly love it, you're not seeing it as some kind of, you're not seeing it as work. It's a hobby for you. It's something you love to do. It's something that you would do even if you didn't get paid, you know. So kind of like what I do with this. I kind of like sitting down and reacting to these videos and, you know, just giving my thoughts.
I gotta be rich before it's all over. I ain't tryna live life low risk. I ain't tryna get by.